welcome back to day 5 of the Nagoya Basho. So at this stage of the Basho, we've got Chiyotakai, Asa, Shoryu, Takanonami, Tochisakai and Buyuzan all in the lead with 4 straight wins. And we've got Musashi Maru and Tochiozuma 1 step behind with 1 loss each. Well, in this Aichi Prefectural Gymnasium, we cut away to the first of our bouts, which is between Hamanishiki and Akinoshima. They fought twice before. Akinoshima's won both of those bouts, but he's not doing too well in this basho. So 3 losses so far. Well, that one worked very well. Hamanishiki came out too fast, and Akinoshima just got his hand on the back of his head and just helped him down to the ground with hatakikomi. So 2nd win for Akinoshima and 5th straight loss for Hamanishiki. Well, they get their salt at the end of the rituals, which we don't show all of them since they take rather a long time. And then it's from the crouch down into the tachiai. Tachiai means to stand and meet. It's when they come up from the crouch and whack into each other. So both wrestlers here locked on. Kyokutenho, Mongolian wrestler, against Tokitsuumi. And it's a classical sumo bout there, both wrestlers straining against each other's belts. And it's Kyokutenho who gets that one at the end with yorikiri. These belts can be quite difficult to get hold of sometimes. They put them on, many of the wrestlers put them on as tightly as they can. They even wet them sometimes so as to make them even harder when they dry out. And quite a lot of the wrestlers suffer finger injuries in all this business against the gripping against the belt. So next out we have Hayateumi against Takanonami. They fought 7 times previously. Well, and Takanonami won 4 of them. Well, Takanonami came out there and drifted over to the side, but Takanonami was a bit too wary about that one. There you can see him tucking away his sagari. That's the spiky bits that stick under the belt. There's no real significance, but it's traditional. They always wear them. So that was the 5th straight win for Takanonami. So he's certainly doing very well this basho. Now, Toki, Fighting Fangs, 28 years old, 174 kilos. Never won a tournament prize in the 4 years he's been in the Makuuchi division. Here fighting Wakanoyama, who's managed to get 1 tournament prize during that time. Well, it's a nice mix of tsupari and pushes there. But Wakanoyama was lower, was coming up under Toki, pushing him up at a diagonal. And that was enough to keep Toki moving backwards. So that was 2nd win for Wakanoyama and 2nd loss for Toki. So now the wrestlers go back to their corner for the last time. Get the salt, chuck it out. The referee takes up his position, which is slightly different. On the last one, that's when he calls out Jikan des, means time up. Here Kotomitsuki against Tochisakae. Weight-wise, very similar. Well, he's got him on the run, but can he keep that? Yeah, he manages to do it. Kotomitsuki pushes, despite the fact that Tochisakae was wriggling all over the place, managed to keep that line straight, work to the center of the man, which is what they try to do. And he managed to push him out with oshidashi at the end of that run. So 4th win for Kotomitsuki, and only 1 loss so far. And Tochisakae loses his winning streak. He had 4 straight wins to start with, and that was his first loss. Now, Otsukasa against Tamakasuga. Very even start there, but it's Tamakasuga who gets his arm round the back of Otsukasa's neck and pulls him forward. It's quite tricky, very tricky judgments to be made in this sumo. The bouts are very short. The wrestlers can either come out charging very hard or maybe not so hard. They might try and sidestep each other. They might go for the slaps to the face, neck, head, or maybe they'll go for the belt. There's lots of variations on how they can play these matches. So now we have Daizen against Hokutoriki. never fought before. This is Hokutoriki's second Makuuchi Basho, Daizen's 34th. So veteran against newcomer. But it's Daizen there who wins very comfortably, chasing Hokutoriki round and out the ring. Daizen, known in the sumo world as Toku. Amongst the sumo men here, they don't have very imaginative nicknames, usually names based on their pre-sumo names. Now we have Shimotori, Frostbird, fighting under his own name. He's never taken a sumo name, against Aminishiki from the Ajigawa stable. Well, there's that hold round the back of the neck again. Shimotori gets his hand there and pulls him down. Let's watch this one again. We see Hamanishiki coming slightly over to the left side of Shimotori, but then he gets his arm and just drags him down, despite the fact Hamanishiki was hanging onto his legs. There's not much to grab hold of as he slid down and bit the dust. First one to touch down loses. Well, we have another fusen show here, so it's a win by default. Dejima got injured yesterday when he fought Tosanouumi, so this is the match. And he injured his right thigh, apparently. Well, it wasn't obvious from all that, but anyway, he's dropped out. And Kaiho gets the victory. So that second win for Kaiho. And Dejima out of it. Well, the injuries are starting to mount a bit in this particular basho. Asashoryu getting ready for his bout. Not quite yet, though. Now we have Miyabiyama in his bright green mawashi. He's fighting Mr. 1 Minute, as they used to call him. Kotonowaka, slow wrestler, doesn't really come out very hard and fast from the tachiai. Quite content to lean into the other man and stay in the ring, grab the belt, but, well, his feet skidded there, his foot stepped out. It was out anyway, but then it skidded away. So there's something distinctly strange about the sand they use here in Nagoya, or possibly it's the heat that affects the slipperiness of the sand. Chiotaikai coming out. Right, next bout is Takamisakari, newcomer with the eccentric moves. Well, he does well, though, despite his rather eccentric mannerisms. He's now fighting Wakanosato. He's got 3 wins so far. He's doing reasonably well. Very powerful wrestler. I don't think he's going to be fazed by Takamisakari's moves. Takamisakari gets both arms on the inside there, and that's it. Worked very well. Both arms came in, he changed one hand, put it on the inside in the very early stages of the bout. We could see that. One arm's over the top now. But then he starts to change his arms. He's got one on the inside there, then he gets the other one on the inside, which is always a dodgy move in sumo. And from there, he uses those 2 inside arms to spin him round. So Morozashi hold there, spins Wakanosato out over the edge of the ring. So second win for Takamisakari. And some prize money. Well, he's certainly a popular wrestler here in Japan, even though he's hasn't been around that long. Now, this is the Mongolian who comes from a wrestling family. His father was a Mongolian sumo wrestler, and his brothers. And here we're fighting Tosanouumi. They've had 8 fights. In the past, Tosanoumi's won 5 of them, but Asashoryu's on a roll, and Tosanouumi isn't. Well, there's a lot of determination in the Mongolian's face. Tosanouumi doesn't look too sure of himself in that final crouch down, or the penultimate crouch down. This is going to be the final one. Although the the records say Asashori was 134 kilos. He's looking a bit heavier than that to me. Well, there was a hard slam at the start there, and Asashori almost went out, but he recovered beautifully at the end there. Tosanumi drove out hard and fast. He's noted for his tachi-ai. It's hard and it's fast, and he almost had Asashori straight out from the tachi-ai, but just at the brink, on the edge, Asashori recovered, and then fought back. Down went the much bigger man. Let's watch this one again. There we see it. Tosanumi starts to drive him back. It looks like he's got his measure. Then there's that twisting and turning right on the edge. And there's a change of direction. Push down with that grip on the left hand that he had on the belt. Well, here we have another fusen show. Win by default. This time it's Tochiazuma, who apparently broke his arm yesterday against Takanonami. Well, it's a rough game. Well, it's difficult to sort. You can see him stop there, can't you? Just at the end there. Goodness knows it was an overarm grip against that arm that did it. It was Kyokushuzan who did it, but that's pretty standard sumo stuff. If it was from a kotenagi throw, you'd understand it, but that looked pretty ordinary. So Tochiazuma now out, and the list is growing longer. Kyokushuzan wins. Now we have Tochinonada, and he's fighting Taikai, as he's known in the sumo world. So these two have fought 11 times. Taikai's won 8 of them. And Tochinonada got his 8th Kimboshi. That's the gold star, that's what you get. That's what they call it, Kimboshi, when you beat a Yokozuna. He beat Musashi Maru previously this tournament. That also affects the pay. It ups his rate of pay, which stays with him regardless. So weight-wise, they're almost exactly the same, both about 160 kilos. Chio-Takai somewhat further back. Well, look at that, it off a real head-banging start, and Chio-Takai came out hard and fast, led with a head, cracked the head. You can see Tochinonada shaking his head a bit there. And then he went into the henka, the change. He moved sideways, there it is. And Tochinonada just went sailing past. So hikiotoshi, officially known, or the announcer gives it as hikiotoshi. Hikiotoshi win, a thrust drop throw. But Chio-Takai just moved out the way and assisted Tochinonada down. 5 straight wins for Taikai, and 2nd loss for Tochinonada. Now Musashi Maru, he's looking a bit wishy-washy this this tournament. When he pushes, his arms are a bit wild. He seems to miss. He's going down a bit. So I got the feeling he's resting a bit in this tournament. He doesn't seem too fussed about upholding the honour of the Yokozuna. He doesn't feel, I think, that he needs to win every basho he comes out. He wins a couple, then I think he relaxes, then he'll come back. He knows he's going to win more. He's big, he's strong, he's not too old, and he's got almost no injuries, so he's going to go on for a long time, as long as he wants to go on. Now, these two have fought 8 times. Musashi Maru's won 7 of them. So Takanonami there. Gets almost round behind Musashi Maru. And the big man there, moment of unease as he's trembling on the edge. Takanonami couldn't quite bring it off. The massive weight of Musashi Maru just proved too much for him. But that was a lively bout. And there you see Takanonami swings round, tries that overarm push throw, the Owate Dashinagi. Then he locks in, almost trying the kakinagi. That's where they do the overarm throw with a leg assist on the inside of the opponent's leg. But then eventually Musashi Maru comes back, recovers from that, but very close. So he's not quite 100% in this basho. Here's Musashi. But he's still in there, still a good chance for him to win it anyway. So at the end of day 5, we've got Chio-Takai, Asa, Shoryu, Takanonami and Buyuzan, a low-ranking wrestler with 5 straight wins, and Musashi Maru with 4-1. Well, stay with us. We'll be back with more sumo shortly.